It's Week 15 of the NFL.
And we'll see this team's veteran running back.
He should be a busy man out of the backfield.
Hope y'all ready for this one under the lights on Thursday night.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partner, it's week 15. Just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And if you've done that, well, man, there is nothing more exciting than playing NFL football at the end of the regular season when you're in playoff contention. But for those who aren't, this is where you have an opportunity as a player to extend your career, get invited back to training camp next season. A lot of teams' years are made at the end of the year, and a lot of individual players' careers are made down the stretch here in these final couple weeks.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
And he will score for the touchdown. Touchdown number 9 for the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
The extra point is up and through. And his guys will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, a 2nd-round pick back in April's draft.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to 1 score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't see.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still plenty to play for as the temperatures dip and we hit the final month, the money month of the season. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll look to throw again. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. He gets it to go, and his guys move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. A gain there of 13 yards. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Evans. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
3rd and a yard. On the ground, it's Evans. 1st down and more inside the 15. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that 1st down marker. They were on getting that first and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in those numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. He'll get this out to his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot based on what the receivers do off the line.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stay. They're already heading backwards. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Evans. Finding room across midfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
1st and 10. A run here with Evans. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run with Evans. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down. So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. This from 45 yards away. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 14-3 is the score. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. This from 45 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. They send Edwards in motion. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's out quickly, and it is caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. This one, returnable. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up here, first and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. That one intercepted. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The PAT, up and good. And his guys extend it to a 21-6 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Williams now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Tight end going in motion here. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Has a touchdown. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 44-yard line.
One of the tight ends motions right. They'll look to throw yet again. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in for the score. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a first half to forget on their offensive side of the ball. It just seems like it's been a snowball effect. Bad plays are leading to even worse plays, and that sack being the largest setback in the game that's been full of them.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. He'll drop to throw. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. On 4th down, out comes the punter, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. They'll look to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Quick hitting slant there. To the goal line and in for the touchdown. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable, the success he...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. Second and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really too...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. They send Edwards in motion. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location.
And he'll take it on in. Has a touchdown.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken just shy of the goal line. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Going up top. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. He fields it at the 8. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes, on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. Back to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. This one complete right side.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now a 3rd and 2. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They're all set to punt this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. This team's offense getting set to get back to work. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's taken down up past the 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's a toss, right side. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Back to the ground after the penalty. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That is fielded at the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get them 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll throw out of the gun. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
There's really no other way to put it, Mike. This has just been a rough outing for the young rookie quarterback. And I think everyone understands going into these games, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be learning moments that these guys are going to gain that they can only gain through experience. The problem is, it's really hard to have positive learning experiences when you throw 3 picks. He's got to see the field better. He's got to anticipate better. And ultimately, he just needs to play better for his offense to have a chance.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing now from the gun. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. So now this team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far, but Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire offense.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
To the ground, a first down run. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed when the ball's thrown so far behind him.
That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is...
And he's in for the score.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 19.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Quickly to the outside and complete. They get 16 on that connection, and that will be a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He'll go right and find his running back, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That one taken in for the touchdown. Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
27.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This fielded at about the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to...
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Man in motion, heading left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
We're all set to kick this one away. We'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 46-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag there on the play. But I think that's going to be holding on the offense. We have a tight end motioning left here. Short pass, taken in by tight. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. They'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Evans. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and a yard. Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. They'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. A run now on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2-E. Now from the 9. It'll be 2nd and goal. He'll run it on the inside handoff. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.